Hey there, I'm Ian Douglas. I'm the author of the website techinterview.guide, and I'm here to help people with career advancement and interview preparation. My live stream on Twitch covers topics such as company research, how to build resumes and cover letters, applying for the job, getting through interviews, and what to do during negotiations. I've coached thousands and thousands of people over the years to get jobs at the biggest tech companies in the industry, and I'm here to help you too. The following episode is taken from a longer live stream event and may contain interactions with other people in chat. Check out the end of the episode for more information. Let's get to it. We had an anonymous question come in, and I'm pulling this from our Discord community that said, when you left a toxic work environment, how do you explain that in a job interview? Whenever you leave a job, you need to have a good story to tell. Hiring managers, recruiters, they all want to know what the impact of something was. If you were at a job and it was just a really bad environment, that's okay. It's not your fault, unless you were, of course, the person being toxic, but I don't think that's the theme of this question. The person asking the question is implying that they were in an environment which was toxic to them and they chose to leave. Absolutely understandable. At the same time, when you're in an interview, we typically coach people not to speak too negatively about a company. We want to make sure that when you leave our job, that you're not going to speak too negatively about us, or at least we hope that you're not going to speak too negatively about us. And so how you speak about other employers is going to be pretty telling for how you're going to speak about my company when you get a job and leave my company. But at the same time, I think that having a good story to tell is going to help understand why you left a job, especially if it's been a little while since you left that job, or more importantly, if that job ended up being a short stay. So if you were only at that job for 4 months or 6 months or less than a year, recruiters are going to be curious why you left in such a short amount of time. And so coming up with a story to tell about why you left is going to be important. You probably don't want to say the word toxic. You probably don't want to badmouth the company too much. Instead, what I would recommend is using terminology and phrasing like, it wasn't a good fit, or once I took the job, I realized it wasn't quite the job that I imagined it was going to be. So I worked at it for a little while, tried to make it work, and ultimately decided that I needed to go in a different direction. You want to make it sound like it was your decision to leave without making it sound like you're, completely destroying that company, even if they deserve it. I want to be clear on that. Even if they deserve it, like, you still have to be a little bit diplomatic about it and make it sound like, you know what, I tried to make it work. And in the end, I needed to walk away. And I needed to go in a different direction. Or you could phrase it like, you know what, I thought I wanted to do a job in that kind of industry, and it turns out it just wasn't the right industry for me. Some industries are toxic, just kind of as a whole. There are some industries which are far more competitive, which make for more toxic work environments than others. And I think it's important to understand what that is and what level you're capable of sort of enduring, because some companies, like, it is worth it if you can endure it, but usually for your mental health, and your mental health can then affect your physical health, it's usually not worth it. And so knowing that you need to walk away is an important step, and I think it shows a lot of maturity. But at the same time, you do need to be careful about how you communicate about the company and why you left. So using some phrasing like, I interviewed with the company, I thought it was going to be a great fit. Once I got into the role, worked for a little while, I realized there was something about it that didn't quite fit right with what I was expecting. It wasn't quite what I had imagined in the job. I tried to make it work out. I stuck it out for a number of months, tried to learn everything that I could, try to absorb some things, and tried to work out, what was good about the team, and just ultimately decided that that wasn't going to be the right environment for me and the kind of support that I wanted as an employee. And so I decided to leave. That's all you need to say. And if they press on it, you can kind of expand on it a little bit. But again, you want to be careful not to speak too negatively about managers and too negatively about the company, because that kind of stuff does stand out. Again, though, even if the company deserves it, as much as it would be great to put them on blast and so on, I think that's what platforms like Twitter are for. You don't want to do it in an interview, though. I think it makes you stand out in a bad way if you badmouth an employer, even if they deserve it, though. So I think being able to come up with a story around why you tried to make it work and it still didn't work out, and so you decided to find another opportunity, that's totally okay to tell. Thanks for checking that out. I hope that you found it helpful. I always appreciate feedback, so please let me know what you think. I appreciate any subscriptions, so please tell your friends and colleagues about it as well. Check out the website techinterview.guide for more information about when I'm live streaming and all of my free content. Drop by a live stream anytime to ask questions or message me privately, whatever makes you most comfortable. See you next time.